Hello and welcome back. We actually see inpainting in nature all the time. Let me show you some examples. What do you see here? You probably see a rock and nothing else than a rock. But there's actually something hiding in that rock. Let me just show that to you, or at least help you to see it. There's actually a fish hiding in that rock. You might be able to see it. I hope you do, but I'm going to help you. You can see the eyes here. You can see the tail fin here. The whole fish is in here. Pretty amazing, isn't it? That's camouflage, but that's also inpainting. The fish has inpainted itself in order to get camouflage. It has basically, it's kind of object removal in nature. Pretty amazing. We also see that with octopuses. I'm going to give you another example of how amazing this fish is. This is not a very high quality image, but still it's going to illustrate how amazing this fish is. The fish was now known in nature as before, but basically in a very nice fish tank, was basically put, an experiment done by Ramachandran and collaborators, on top of polka dots. So it's basically a piece of paper, or basically something that is colored with dots, as we see here. It's very interesting that if you observe here, for example, the fish has turned around, has created two polka dots in its own body. And once again, I apologize for the relatively low quality of this image that was scanned from a paper. It's just kind of a long process to get it into the computer. And it's also turned around to put basically its eyes on top of one of the polka dots. So basically the fish is trying to inpaint itself, trying to camouflage itself so it cannot be seen by predators. So we see inpainting in nature, fish, octopuses, and others. We actually are doing inpainting all the time. When you're watching this video, you're actually doing inpainting. Why is that? When we remember that we learn about the human eye, in the retina, in the back of the eye, there's a region with no sensors. No sensors at all. No cones, no rods. That is kind of the region where the sensors basically send the cables back to the brain. So there's actually no sensors. So what should happen? If you have no sensors, we should actually see a hole in the visual world, where basically you will be watching this video and there will be kind of a region of missing information because there are no sensors. But the humans are all the time filling in that region by different techniques that the visual system does. And actually you can do those exercises. I took these images from the website that is provided here. And the basic idea is that if you manage to fixate, basically if you stand like a meter away from the screen and you manage to fixate in basically a point, like this point here. So you concentrate on fixating your visual system into that point. After a while, you will see that the sun disappears. So you're basically forcing your system to not inpaint the region that basically there is no receptors. If you don't do that, if you don't fixate, you basically see the sun with no problem. The exercise is to try to stop the visual system from doing inpainting. Here is another exercise you could fixate here. You might be able to basically pause right now, or after we finish this video, you might be able to go back, pause here, and then play with your distance to the screen, fixate here, concentrate on fixating that, and you might be able to see, for example, the ear of Van Gogh disappears, or basically the sun disappears. So you're forcing the visual system not to inpaint. Otherwise, we're inpainting all the time. We don't see those problems, that we don't see holes when we are looking at a scene. So these are just examples that we actually have image and video inpainting when we're watching at a regular scene. That's basically a video coming into our eyes. Examples of that in nature. So now we're ready to see how the computer does inpainting. Thank you. I will see you in the next video for that.